Hey guys, Brad here, and today we're going to be taking a look at two multi-tools, sort of a head-to-head, a versus. We're going to be looking at some older models though. This is the Milwaukee M12. The code on this is 2426-20. This is the non-brushless or non-fuel version. And then we're going to be taking a look at a Bosch GOP 12 volt -28. This unit is brushless and they're both 12 volt. We're going to share the same blade just to kind of make it fair. This is a, what is this? This is a wood and metal blade and it's the Starlock. Now the Starlock blades do fit on the Milwaukee, so it's a pretty fair comparison, I think. So let's talk about the tools. I have done reviews on both of these, so if you want to check them out, make sure you subscribe, hit that notify bell, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and yeah, they are up and running, so you can take a look at the tool if I don't cover all the specs. So both of these are very, very similar as far as they're both variable speed. Down here we've got some dials. This one, the Bosch goes up to 6, level 6, and the Milwaukee goes up to level 12. But as far as oscillations per minute, they're the same. They're both 5,000 on the low end, up to 20,000 on the high end, and that's oscillations per minute. Now they're both tool sort of oriented tools. They need a tool to take the blade off, essentially. The Starlock, even though it says the Starlock on here, it doesn't have the quick release. So you got to use an Allen key to pull this nut off the bottom, and the same with this one here. So very identical. As far as weight goes, they kind of feel the same. Again, I think I got more specs on that on the actual review, but very, very similar. Very slender tools. The Milwaukee's a little bit thinner than the Bosch, and I don't know, they both have rubber overmold. They both feel good in my hand. So very similar, except for the Bosch is brushless and the Milwaukee is not. So what we're going to do is we're going to just cut some of this Baltic birch right here. And this is a brand new blade. It's a wooden nail blade. And then I will cut a nail with it, just kind of get a feel for it. And then I'll switch the blade over to the Milwaukee, and then we'll do that cut as well. So I think without further ado, let's get cracking here. All right, I'm gonna just start on level 6 on the Bosch, the highest level, so 20,000 oscillations per minute. I'm not even gonna bother going down to level 1 just because I wouldn't cut wood with that. All right, here we go. So with this tool, you can kind of see how fast it cuts. It's fairly, I don't know, the vibrations on it, I guess is what I'm trying to say, are kind of high. You really feel it in your fingertips. I don't love it. So that's how this feels. Now let's just cut this nail. I'm gonna cut it a couple times and just kind of feel how this goes. So pretty quick. It's a really good blade. I don't know. It's nice. The main thing I don't like about this tool is the fact that I got to carry around an Allen key. Okay, it really bugs me, and that's why this is not my tool of choice. I'm using the Dewalt more than I use these ones. So let's flip over to the Milwaukee here. So take this off. Just got to undo this screw. Now the other difference between the two is that the Bosch has magnets on the bottom that hold the blade in right here. So it helps you set this blade, which makes it very nice. The Milwaukee, on the other hand, doesn't. Now, you gotta undo this guy. Yeah. And here's the reason why I don't like this tool as well. It's because it's just taking way too long to put this blade on. Now to put the blade on, this doesn't have magnets on this version. So I gotta hold the blade with one hand and get this screwed down with the other. So not near as fast as the Dewalt or the newer versions of this tool. Okay, so that blade's on. I'll just put this back on here so we don't lose it. All right, let's try the Milwaukee Level 12. Let's do a cut. All right, and let's do a nail. All right, I'm just gonna stop right there. This thing to me is not the greatest. I don't like it. As you can see, I was struggling to cut the nail. The oscillations are the same as the Bosch, but I just find the Bosch cuts way better than this Milwaukee. It just, there's something about it. Probably the angle at which this, the degrees I mean, at which this oscillates. The Milwaukee, I know they've improved on it with the fuel versions, and we'll get to those in future videos. But, you know, for people who are just getting into multi-tools, things like that, and they don't want to spend a lot of money because these are like $100 or less, then I would personally say go with the Bosch over this Milwaukee, because it's just not as nice. It really just is not as nice. It's quieter than the Bosch, definitely quieter, but it just doesn't cut as well. So, you know, I don't use these tools a lot, and as a professional, I'm not pushing these tools, but I think for, you know, someone just getting into the trades and you don't have a lot of money and you want to kind of spread it around or whatever, sure, these are fine to start off with. But once you start doing a lot more, like if you're a finisher and you're doing a lot of base and case and doors and all that good stuff, then I would say upgrade, get maybe the fuel version. You can get the M12, or you can get the 18 volt. And as far as Bosch, I haven't even gotten into their better grade multi-tools. And then there's always Dewalt, which is, they've got their couple different ones. They've got their Atomic, which is kind of like your homeowner style, and then they've got the XR, which is what I use all the time, and I've got a few of them. I think there's yeah, there's only one that you can see, but there's a couple more. So that's my 2 cents, guys. Decent tools if you're just getting into it, but I'm not recommending them, you know, compared to the other stuff. So if you're on a budget, this is sort of what I would recommend. All right, guys, that's it. Leave some comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. Subscribe, hit that notify bell. Till next time, keep on crushing it. We'll catch you later.